Hey, welcome back to the channel. Glad you made it back again. Good to see you. Today we're going to work backward and forward. Yesterday we had a tile design change, and so I had to go this morning pick up some new tile. Uh, Give us more tile to take back later, but it's going to save the customer some money. It's going to save me some time, so we can get some tile laid. Talking to you outside today because the customers, one of them is still asleep right now, so I can't do a lot of talking on the inside. But I'll set you up, show you what we're going through. When I get a chance, so we'll drop back outside and I'll give you some audio, catch up to what was going on. I am going to walk you through on my way back inside the house and show you the tile that's on hand and everything we're working with. I might even show you my tile saw. I haven't done that yet. Give you a little brief description about it. If you want to know more about it, of course, anything I talk about, anything I show you, have any ideas, tips, or tricks, please put them in the comments below. If you want more of a detailed explanation about anything, leave your suggestions in the comments down below. I will get back to them. If I get enough requests over a certain subject or topic, I'll make a video on it. And even if I don't get a lot of suggestions, I'll make a video on just about anything. So as you know, this is the journey and step-by-step on remodeling a master bathroom. If this is your first time here, what we're doing is we're taking you through everything from A to Z as we go. It's going to be short clips, some medium clips, some long clips. We're going to not walk you, we're going to take you through the process on everything that we do. Please come back and visit us, see the end product at the very end. Of course, we'll have a whole capture video. I'm going to add some comments through them that we've received, any questions that we have. I'm probably going to start up a question of the day. So in the suggestions, if you want anything, then I'll go through and answer those. I'll select one periodically and put one up, and then we'll cover it. Okay, without further ado, we have a lot to do. Let's get going. So here we go, new floor. And this is going to go in a couple places inside the shower area itself. And I'll show those to you. And I will show those to you when we get in there. Okay, so in the blue boxes, we have the old floor. In the white boxes, we have the old ceiling tile that was going in the shower. All this over here, well, these are our tiles that are currently going in the shower. And these white and black ones up here, get my thumb out of the way. And these white and black ones up here are new tile that's going to go in for the new design yesterday. And these tiles right here are going on the shower floor. I'll give you a better look at those later. Here's my tile cutting station. Basically cobalt wet saw, excellent piece of equipment. Like I mentioned before, if you'd like a little review on it or a little how to use it, leave a comment below and I'll be glad to do it. I could use the service tray itself to pump water, but I like pumping clean water through my system, so I always keep a 5-gallon bucket with my water pump in it. And then I like to keep the water flowing, so I keep the drain open. It goes down into another 5-gallon bucket. And periodically I get to empty it and fill the other bucket back up. So there we go. Another workstation. Of course, I've mentioned before that I always like to keep 2 grinders on hand, especially if I'm working with different types of material. I have my metal grinder and my tile grinder. All right, inside we go. All right, so as you can see right here, we measured our metal. We went out and did all of our cuts. That little short piece is just a cheater piece I use when fitting. It has a couple of different cuts on it. I can set it in different areas and use it for different angles to fit my metal. So you can see we're lined up good. We have all of our 45s. So that's the metal we're going to be hanging in that area. Now we're going to start cutting and filling tiles. Now we're going to start cutting and filling tiles underneath there and all the way across this back wall in these corners over here in the new pattern layout that we had determined to do yesterday afternoon. On the bottom, we're still going to continue this pattern down the bottom of the window and all the way around, but then we're going to come up with that black and white tile format and pretty much carry that theme all the way around into this corner over here. And underneath, we're going to carry that black and white format that we used to trim the window with and bring it out to the edge. The customer liked that pattern design we used to originally just trim the windows out, give them some definition. Now she wants to take it all the way around. So that's what we're going to do. And here we go. All right. How about a little tile cutting action? Here we go. I like my wet saw here because it has my scale. I can just line it up because it is calibrated to the thickness I need to cut, and it allows me to do quick cuts. I'm using this broke piece, if you can see this over here, because I can get me some good cuts out of this. This end is going to be scrapped anyway, so that way I don't waste a whole tile. One thing we cut in this type of tile, as you can see, it leaves a lot of red all over the tile once you cut it. I keep a rinse bucket beside me over here so I can just rinse it off so I'm not dealing with a lot of red residue and something else to clean up later on. Give them a little shake and bake, then we'll cut some more. Alright, I need 6 total pieces, that's 4. So this piece that I had used earlier, I'm going to get my final 2 cuts out of it, and then we'll have our 6 pieces to frame that window. Even though I'm not using those few pieces I said over there right now, I went ahead and rinsed them off because I do need to use them later. I still don't have to worry about that red film drying up on it and have to clean that stuff off. One thing I love about this wet saw here, talk about it a little bit, is it comes with this handy dandy rinser. And all I have to do over here, and I'll show you later if you like, is turn the knob, divert the water over here, and where my switch is, I have a lower switch that allows me to run just the pump. Then I can rinse my table off once it starts building up some. Get all the chips and cuts off of there so my tiles sit flat and I don't have to worry about any bumps underneath there. And turn it back off. And you gotta make sure you turn your water back to your saw again. And it's got a neat little holder here to keep it out of the way. So just a little cool added feature to this particular saw. one of the reasons why I like it. Okay. Basically, just line this up to my 2.5-inch edge, turn my saw on, and cut me a couple strips. Now on this white tile, you can really see the red film that I'm talking about. You really want to wash that off. Safety note. If you're going to be using this type of saw, you need to use extreme caution. This blade will take a finger off or anything else you put underneath it. So my particular saw has a laser on it, and I call that the red line of pain. Don't cross the red line. Always when you cut your tile, I like to keep some pressure on my tile. So I do run my fingers up forward, but make sure I keep them well clear of this red laser line going right down where the cut line is. Because that's exactly where the saw blade is going to cut. So always be cautious of that and be very careful. And if you're like me, I like to push it from the back, where normally I have my thumbs out. Again, I position my thumbs well outside of where the blade may pass through. So just a safety note there, and be careful about that. Okay. Okay, so I started collecting my things and moving out. Then realized I'm getting ahead of myself. I still need to cut my white strips. And let me verify my measurement. Three and 3/4, and I need 4 pieces of it. So again, I'm just going to come up to 3 3/4. I didn't like the edge on that one. Turn it around this way. So I'm cut from this end and have my waist over here. 3 3/4. Here we go. Again, watch your fingers. Especially if you play the piano or flute. I guess, yeah, flute. Now you notice I did an extra cut on the white. Reason is, I don't know if you can tell, but my tile, right down here in this groove, when you start cutting thin tile, if you don't keep the pressure in the front, which is one reason why I like having pressure on my tile, it has a tendency to come down in this groove. And when it did so, you can see that action right there. Exaggerated, normal. But when it did so, it turned the tile on it, and the blade did not cut straight. Well, obviously, I'm not going to hang that piece of tile in that certain area. So I cut my 4th piece. Now I'm not going to scrap these because I'm sure there's somewhere down the line I may be able to use this. Till the project's over, I don't like scrapping anything. And then of course we're going to rinse these off because we want to get rid of the red residue. Has a little lock, so I can lock my tray in place when I'm not using it. Okay, let's hang some tile. sometimes when you get ahead of yourself, get the clean top, I still have to mark these and notch them up around the shelves. Duh. Be right back. Okay, so after a hashtag bonehead move of the day, we're back. Let's get tiling again. Okay, so we got everything cut, ready to mud it up and start hanging it. Let's get busy. Want to open the phone with a dirty finger. Turn around, I'm using my passcode. All right, time for a new refreshment drink. Be right back. Okay, so I noticed y'all missed some of the action, but that's okay. I'm going to catch y'all up. My phone is dying, and I'm going to have to get an alternative power source or one of those quick charge battery things. So please, if anybody has any suggestions, please leave it down in the comments below. But however, before I die completely, I wanted to show you whenever I'm getting to a corner, and I want to keep my line, I always put my laser up. So you can see it's right above the black and right below the white, splits it perfectly. And that will help me carry my line over and through this corner and back over across the wall again. Alright, helpful trick. There you go. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this episode of this series. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to ring that bell, turn on that notification so you'll be notified every time we pump out another video in the series. Leave your comments down below. Anything you want to talk about, anything you want to suggest, any questions you have. We're going to be pumping these videos out continuously, so stay tuned. We'll see you next time.